Hi, I'm Vincent Arcuri of Better Homes and Gardens Real Estate in Tampa, Florida. I want to make this video about what to do if you're facing a foreclosure or if you're behind on your mortgage payment. In full disclaimer, I'm not an attorney and I'm not portraying myself as one, although we have attorneys that we do refer our clients to and are present during our consultations when we're dealing with people that are behind on their mortgage payment. That being said, stay tuned. I'm going to show you a great video on what you need to be doing if you get behind in your payments. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm Vincent Arcuri, and sometimes bad things happen to good people. People are not typically getting behind on their mortgage payment. It really is a stressful time for your entire family. Whether it be from a divorce, from a job loss, to something catastrophic happening in your family that has put you in a position to where you can't make your mortgage payments. One of the biggest mistakes that people make when they get into this situation is they start to avoid the phone calls that inevitably come from the lender. This is something you shouldn't do. You should take those phone calls and just be honest with them and tell them what your circumstances are, why you're behind in the mortgage, and ask them, what are your options? They have options that are available to you. A couple of them are, number one, they'll put, sometimes if you qualify, they will put that one mortgage payment if it's a one-time isolated situation where you lost your job but you've gotten your job back. Sometimes they'll put that one payment at the back of the mortgage. In essence, you get to skip a mortgage payment. This will usually alleviate that month that you were without a job. You're back on your feet. They're comfortable with that. Sometimes they'll work out something like that with you. Sometimes an alternate thing for them is a loan modification. We've all heard stories about the loan modifications. So if you talk to them and they agree to do any type of a loan modification for you, make sure that you get it in writing from the lender. They can do that while you're on the phone with them. Tell them, hey, just put that in an email to me and send it to me so that I'm perfectly clear on what the expectation is. So those are two things that you can do right off the bat. If you've gotten to the point where you've gotten a list pendants letter in the mail, you're probably freaking out. You think you have 20 days to get out of the house because they have all their fancy lawyer mumbo jumbo verbiage in there. It freaks a lot of people out. It's basically all that letter is saying, hey, if you continue to not make payments on the property, we are going to foreclose on you. One of the worst things that you could do is panic and move out of the house. It doesn't move that fast, especially in Florida. They're not going to come knock on your door and kick you out. You would have plenty of notice before that happened. And in this day and age, there's no reason you should even have to move out of that home until it's sold or if you've rectified this situation. So just because you get that letter in the mail, it's probably at the point where we would bring you into the office and have one of our attorneys meet you there so they could give you some proper guidance on what to do. But under no circumstances do you pack up and move out of that house. That's probably one of the worst things that you can do. And the word gets kicked around a lot, short sale. Back the last time we had one of these crazy roller coaster rides in 2008 when the market really flattened out and crashed, short sale was a common term. And I see a lot of real estate agents starting to use that term right now. Keep in mind, if you've owned your home for at least 2 years, and when I'm making this video right now, it's September of 2021, and we're on one of the biggest real estate booms in history. So if you've owned your home for at least 2 years, you have a huge equity position in the home. So one of the options you have is to outright sell the home and don't lose the equity that you've gained, which is substantial in the last 2 years. So a short sale is typically when you owe more than what the home is worth. So if you bought the home for $200,000 and you have a $200,000 mortgage, for example, and the home is only worth $100,000, that would be a short sale. Most people today are not in that situation and they're sitting on a huge equity position. So make sure you find out your equity position so you could take a directive on what to take if you decide that you just can no longer afford the house. Don't leave your money behind when you vacate the house, because you could typically sell it in this market and recoup the money that you have as your equity. If you've tried to work out a loan mod with the lender and you've hit a brick wall, it might be time to consult with an attorney. Once again, I am not an attorney, but we know a lot of bankruptcy attorneys. A Chapter 13, sometimes you can file bankruptcy, a Chapter 13, and reorganize that debt, and the courts could force the bank to restructure and do the modification at the court's directive. And if it's something that works for everybody, that's an option for you as well. So if you get into a position where you feel like you need to have a lawyer, give us a call. We'll set up a consultation. We'll refer you to a couple of good bankruptcy attorneys, and you can decide which one you like the best and which direction is best for you and your family. That's typically a last resort situation for us. I think that the tips that I really want to drive home on this video is not to avoid the lender, because they don't want the house. You don't want to be foreclosed on, and they certainly don't want the house. I saw a statistic a few years ago where it cost the bank a lot of times over $100,000 to foreclose on a house. They don't want the house. They want you to keep the house, or they want you to sell the home and just pay off that loan. That's what they signed up for. That's what you signed up for when you bought the house. So that's the end game for everybody. There's no need for everybody to get ugly. It's a business decision for them, so I highly doubt they're going to be rude to you. Take that phone call, and that usually can avoid all of the things that are the catastrophes that we hear about if you just take that phone call and try to work something out with them. And if it's a divorce or it's something you're not going to be able to rectify, just outright sell the house. If you're in the Tampa Bay area and you'd like to know the value of your home, you can call or text me right here at 813-VINCENT. That's 813-846-2368. If you're behind in your mortgage and you just don't know what to do, come on in the office. Again, just give me a call or text message me at 813-846-2368. We'll take a look at your equity position in the property, and hopefully we'll be able to help you work through this and get you back on track. Like I said at the beginning of the video, it happens to the best of us, and life moves on. And it's amazing how you just put these problems behind you and just start getting back on the right direction to homeownership again. Listen, guys, if you like the channel, please like the channel, comment on the channel, ring the little bell up here, and the guy will notify you anytime that you have a new video being launched by myself. I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks for watching. Again, I know this is not a very happy video to be watching if you've watched it this far. I hope to help you. If you're in the Tampa Bay area, just give me a call at 813-846-2368. Like I said, I'll be able to sit down with you and walk you through the process and pick the best option for you and your family. Thanks for watching.